Hello and welcome back to Drift. Today we are going to do something different than we did in the past 2 days, and we are actually going to go out there into space. And we're going to be looking for caves, the very thing that we just saw us wander out of in the title screen. We are going to find those and hopefully gather a bunch of resources from them. So I'm very excited. We are going to do more exploration than we've done thus far in the series, so it's going to be fun seeing something different. So day 16, and we're going to kind of get ourselves ready for our adventure. Once again, this is going to be a mix between regular speed footage and fast forwarded footage. I am in the future, I'm going to play around with doing an episode where it's just the highlights of things rather than exactly every single thing that I do. Unless that's something that you're more interested in, just let me know in the comments. The next episode is episode 6. Will probably be the same style as this, and then once we get to 7, I might change things around a little bit. Also, speaking of the future, there's going to be an update to Drift on October 7th, and it has a lot of new features, a lot of bug fixes, a lot of new mechanics to things that are very exciting. I've been playing around with it just a little bit, and already I'm super excited for this to come out to the public, and I'm just really excited to kind of show you that footage. The problem is I've been stockpiling some of these episodes. I just got really into playing one day and I just recorded a bunch of stuff, so I have a few episodes to get to before I can start showing you all the new stuff. So I'm going to try to post a little more frequently, at least this week, to kind of gear up towards that update and kind of show you that. Real fast, I'm showing I am going to be building the tractor system Mach 2, and that will allow us to pull asteroids from farther away. And then the tractor safety bypass, will allow us to pull ourselves towards asteroids. We'll be able to point our tractor beam at a large mass out there in space, and then it will shoot us towards that, and then we can use that momentum to more easily traverse through the void. So these two things right here are major updates, or upgrades, and will propel us into the future of our exploration abilities. I'm going to go ahead and eat that to get rid of that border. Have a little oxygen for ourselves, use a battery. Let's get going. So we're going to go ahead and get our tractor beam, and we're going to test out our safety bypass. Look at that. Excellent. Just launched us from the edge of our ship out into space. So we're first going to check out this big nearby asteroid, closest one to our base. If we look back, we saw just how far away we are. Looks a lot closer when we're at home. But we got a couple pink crystals here, and those will do us good. Actually, I don't know if we've ever gotten crystals before. I can't remember if we have or not in this series, but if we have not, those are crystals. Those are going to be the next resource that we're going to need to start unlocking, or we're going to need to start collecting in order to unlock newer and more powerful items. But that was all the crystals on this rock, and there are no caves to be had here, and that's what we really need. Is we need to find an asteroid that has caves. So there was a wreckage floating by. It's a little hard to catch up to. It was moving pretty quickly. I don't know why I didn't grab everything. There's, useful iron there, but I guess I was just worried that it would just move on without me. It's really fun, kind of lassoing these asteroids, yanking yourself forward. It's a little bit like Space Spider-Man. You're just getting your momentum going. So nothing on this asteroid either. It's day 17, and then I turn around and I notice this little formation here, and I had never seen this before, so I was very interested in checking it out. It's interesting to have solid land under us. We're so used to just the rocky, uneven surface of asteroids, or the perfectly created surface of our ship's floors, but to be on a naturally flat surface. It's interesting. So it doesn't seem like there's really many resources or anything on it, just something kind of cool to look at. I like how the top was rotating, and I just like the overall general design of this. It was very cool. Now we're floating away from it and trying to figure out where we're gonna go next. And once again, we're going back into time warp. And we found a couple more pink crystals. Pink crystals are going to be very useful, probably the most useful crystal, at least until an update changes that. But because you can make batteries out of charged pink crystals, so anytime we see those, we're going to try to grab them. We're also going to try to grab a few of the other ones anytime we see them, just simply because of their rarity. But as far as pink crystals, that's the reason why. So I start gathering the materials necessary to make a beacon, and I'm going to go through a couple iterations in this. I decide to take a whole stack of them, and then I decide to split that stack in half, and then now I'm going in and just grabbing just the resources I need to build the one. because then it'll clear up 2 spots in my inventory. So go ahead and fuel up before heading out. And now let's go check out this question mark that appeared on our map. Or not map, but on our screen. You see right there in the middle? And that is the game giving us an objective to check out our first kind of new biome, new area for it. And I think about it, and I turn and head right back home because I only grabbed enough for 1 beacon, but these are short range beacons that are more designed to kind of create a chain of beacons as you go along. I think they only go 2 kilometers, 2.5 kilometers, I think. Cannot remember. But so I decided to come back and grab enough materials to make a secondary beacon. So this thing has a nice little ledge on it, and it looks like a perfect place to put our first beacon. And we are about 2.3 kilometers away. So we're just going to drop it down. We have the ability of configuring them. We can change its icon, its color, and its name. But for now, we're just going to change its color to be a little bit more easily seen. I feel like dark red might not be easily seen. I'm not sure though. But we'll come back and name that later. So now this question mark is a asteroid like we've seen before, but this one actually has an entrance to it. This one will be filled with a cave. And this cave is filled with blue crystals, which is an amazingly great find because back in the day before the crystal update, blue crystals were the hardest for me to find, and I got really frustrated at that. That was the crystal update was what was needed back when I did the first couple episodes of this. Right in the beginning, I reached a spot where I couldn't move forward because of the lack of blue crystals, and so I kind of just reached a spot where I was just kind of stuck. And then the reason why I started this back up again was because that bug was fixed, and everything has been running smoothly since then. Anyways, this cave is nice. This is a wide one. Here's a bit of a piece of alien technology. It's a drill of sorts, and by looking at it, we are going to be able to replicate it eventually back at home. And then we can use that to kind of automatically mine resources. So now, before I forget, I'm going to place down another beacon, and I place it here because sometimes the exit can be hard to find. So this will help me leave when I need to as well. And then as I'm digging through these blue crystals, I start to see some things moving around. little creatures. Tiny little crabs with pink crystals on their back. Kind of adorable. Kind of want one. So I decided to leave that crystal for them. I didn't want to take all their crystals. I feel like that would be a little mean. But hopefully one day we'll be able to build a little habitat for them and maybe have little crystal pets of our own. So now this machine here, alien technology, will charge your crystals. As you see, we now have a charged blue crystal. And since I got a stack of over 100 blue crystals, I'm just going to turn half of them into charged ones, because we're not sure if we're going to need charged blue crystals, but if we do, we will have a bunch of them. So it's a lengthy process to charge all these, but you know, it's worthwhile when you're in a cave to charge what you can. Also note that the machine will grab whichever crystal is in the first slot, or rather whatever is closest to the first slot. So if you have a blue crystal before a pink crystal, but you're trying to get charged pink crystals, you need to move the pink crystals to before the blue crystals. So just something to keep in mind. I've accidentally charged crystals that I didn't have very many of and didn't need anything charged from, and so it could be a little frustrating if you do it wrong. So this is just me giving that heads up. Alright, so we pretty much exhausted this cave with the exception of that one crystal for the creatures, and so now we are gonna go ahead and head back. And now, the real question is are we going to be able to see the beacon from this beacon? And are we going to be able to see the beacon from home? So let's go ahead and name this one. We're going to change the color to blue. We're going to name it To the Blue Cave. Blue Cave. And then this way, we know what kind of cave that is in case we can't see the beacon from the ship. But as you see over there towards the left a little bit, we have our pickaxe icon, a blue pickaxe icon, and that means that we can see the cave beacon from that little halfway mark beacon. So it did its job. If it didn't show up, it wouldn't have been too bad of a problem because we just keep going in the direction that we were going and eventually it would show up, but I'm glad it worked out that way. So here we are back at home. And yeah, so now I got blue crystals, so I will be able to unlock the landmarks tech node. And that is going to give us beacons with unlimited range. And that's going to be perfect because we won't need those little daisy-chained beacons. We can just place one of the big beacons at whatever cave we want. And we'll be able to see it all the way from our ship. So we'll know which direction to go. Let's go ahead and eat. Clear up our vision. We're going to grab the materials necessary to make another chest because we need a place for our charged crystals to go. And there we go. So we can also unlock decorations, which might be fun. We can make this ship feel more like a home. So there we go. We're going to go ahead and research that. And we'll probably end up doing some building at home in the next episode with those decorations. I have an idea for a second floor on this place, so it'll stop being utilitarian only, and we'll have a little fun little area for us to kind of hang out at or plan our next move or potentially build upon when the new update happens. And there we go. We got our sword situated, and it's all set. But anyways, this is where I'm gonna leave today's episode. I've got some big plans going forward, and things are gonna start picking up quickly. And once again, the Drift update is gonna be coming out October 7th. But anyways, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you're looking for more Drift. If you did, please consider giving me a like, drop me a comment, let me know your thoughts, and I will see y'all in the next one. Take care.